Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and today we are going to do a shelf spotlight mixed with an unhaul. I'm usually pretty good about getting rid of books as I read them. I'd say each month I have at least 3 or 4 books that make their way out of my home as soon as I finish them, or as soon as I do my wrap up for that month. There's other books that go onto my shelf that, I just don't know why I keep them. I think after you sit on something and process it for a while, you're like, maybe that wasn't as good as I thought, I won't read that again. And then sometimes too, you just go through different stages in life and you no longer need certain books. So as we do my shelf spotlights on my already read books, we are also going to do unhauls. So today we are going to do this shelf right here, which has it has a mix. It has a lot of Christian, some Bible studies, and then some, random secular stuff too. So let's get started. I'm gonna touch each thing and we will see what we decide. So first, as always, let's look at my my tchotchke stuff that I've got up here. So first I have this. My husband had gotten me Harry Potter Pez collection for Christmas, and on the back is this pretty of the castle. So that lives on that shelf. Then I have these pewter dolphins that were my grandmother's, and these poodles, which were only up here because Cassidy decided she wanted them. These were also my grandma's. And then it's so cute. When Ava comes over, she plays with them and then she puts them like this so that they're kissing. She loves to go into this bookshelf and all my other bookshelves and just play. And then another picture of my grandfather from when he was in the Marines. Okay, now time for the books and to do some serious soul searching on what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna start from the middle. I'm just gonna pull some down and see what happens. All right, oh God, I'm sitting on my knees. That's not gonna work. That's better. But I'm like way down here. Hopefully you guys can see me. All right, so first I have Raising Respectful Children in a Disrespectful World. And this was good. The first section was better than the last though. You can see from my tabbies, there was a lot of tabbies at the beginning, not so much at the end. And I mean, this book is exactly what it says it is. It's talking about kids in today's society and culture and the disrespect and how to battle that from a Christian standpoint. And this is so hard. Instinctually, I'm gonna keep it. There's sections in here about teens, and we're getting into that time of life. This is a keep. I'm keeping it. Okay, Raising a Princess: 8 Essential Virtues to Teach Your Daughter by John Groyle. And I think soon this won't be relevant in our life, but it still is. And look at all those tabbies. I've got a lot there. So this goes through inspire, purpose, value, and strengthen your daughter. So Princess is an acronym that stands for praiseworthiness, righteousness, initiative, nurture, character, empowerment, servant-heartedness, and stability. All right, I'm keeping that one. All right, Growing in Wisdom and Faith by Elizabeth George. This is a Bible study on the book of James that we did. And I did not love this Bible study. This was like one of my least favorites that we had done. So I was only keeping it because, I've written all through it. But I'm gonna unhaul that one. All right, I've got Power of a Praying Wife and also Power of a Praying Parent. These are by Stormy O'Martian, and these have written out prayers for your husband and for your children. And I am going to keep both of those. Okay, No More Perfect Moms by Jill Savage. Learn to Love Your Real Life. And this was good, lots and lots of tabbies, but I just don't think that I need this one anymore. I think that this could be passed along to someone who might have better need for it at this point in their parenting journey. Then when I look through it, there's like lots of quotes. There are good quotes in here. Guys, this is so hard. I need space on my shelves though. Okay, for sure. I'm gonna pass this on. I'm sure there's somebody out there that really is at a point in their parenting journey that they really need to read that. Okay, answering your kids' toughest questions, helping them understand loss, sin, tragedies, and other hard topics. I did read this one. It is so tabbed out, and I purposely kept this because a lot of this is relevant to when she gets older, so keeping that. Okay, Raising an Original by Julie Lyles Carr, parenting each child according to their unique God-given temperament. And this was good, but I think I'm going to pass this one along. It goes into like the different personality styles of different children and then how to best approach those personality styles from a parenting standpoint. Okay, then Desperate, Hope for the Mom Who Needs to Breathe by Sarah May and Sally Clarkson. This was really good. Really makes you feel like you're not alone as a parent. When I read this, it was definitely much needed. I think I'm gonna keep this one, for now at least. Okay, Power of a Praying Woman by Stormy O'Martin, and just like the other two, but more like for any woman in general. Very good, keeping that. Okay, the Imagine Heaven devotional, 100 Reflections to Bring Heaven to Your Life Today by John Burke and Kathy Burke. And this is a devotional to go with the book Imagine Heaven, which I didn't read the book, I just read this. And this was good. And there was some good takeaways. Like, I don't think I'll ever read it again, but there are some really good, really good quotes in here, so keeping that one. All right, Voices of the Faithful, Inspiring Stories of Courage from Christians Serving Around the World with Beth Moore and Friends Who Put Their Lives on the Line for God, compiled by Kim P. Davis. And this was a devotional I did a few years ago. I'm doing the second one because there was a Voices of the Faithful too. That one I'm doing this year. And I'm going to pass this one along. Okay, then I have 2 Bible studies from Max Lucado. I have books 1 and 2 of Peter. This is from the Life Lessons Bible study, and then the book of Revelation. And these were okay. They were definitely not my favorite Bible studies I've done, so I'm going to pass those along. All right, A Guided Journal, Captivating, Unveiling the Mystery of a Woman's Soul by John and Stacey Aldridge. And this was a companion for the book Captivating, which was one of my favorites. It's so good. And this has, this was a guided journal, so there's a lot of like writing and a lot of stuff from my heart in here, so I'm keeping that. Okay, Decisions, Seeking God's Guidance by Donald Baker. This is a life guide Bible study. And we did this as a Bible study with my women's Bible study. And this was so short. I gotta be honest, it was a really a good Bible study. So keeping that. All right, then I think these are all, Women of Faith Bible studies. So this one's A Time for Everything, Discovering the Beautiful Rhythms of Life. And then Overcoming Worry, Finding Peace in the Midst of Uncertainty. And His Healing Hands, Finding God in Broken Places. I am going to keep all these because, again, there's a lot of really personal responses in there. Okay, I have The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. What on earth am I here for? And this is very good. But I ended up writing a lot of this out in my journal whenever I was doing it. So I just don't think I need to keep it. No, I changed my mind. I do have a lot written here. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, The Armor of God Bible Study by Priscilla Shearer. And this one took me forever to do because when you do this, you have to be prepared for spiritual warfare to happen. And yeah, it did. the first time I tried to do it, and so I ended up finishing it much later. And this was good, and I think I'm gonna keep this one. All right, Seamless, Understanding the Bible as One Complete Story by Angie Smith. This was a 7-session Bible study I purchased through, Lifeway Press. And it was like, helps you to better understand the Bible, how it's put together, what different things mean, that kind of stuff. And I think I'm gonna unhaul this. No, I'm not, I'm keeping it. This is so hard. I'm keeping it. All right. The Great Divorce Study Guide by Alan Vermeil. I had gotten this because I wanted to read The Great Divorce, and I didn't have enough confidence in myself to be able to read it without having like help going through it. And it was fine. I didn't think it was great, but it did definitely help me when I was reading it. However, I do not think that I need to keep it, for sure. Okay, for sure. All right. Then Entrusted, A Study of 2 Timothy by Beth Moore. This was a 6-session Bible study that we did with at church. And this one was good. Gonna keep that. Esther by Beth Moore. Again, another church Bible study. I really enjoyed that one. I really, really love the book of Esther. It's one of my favorites. So that one was very good. Children of the Day, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians by Beth Moore. Can you tell that my church ladies, we always really liked Beth Moore there. And this one was also very good, keeping that. 10 Women of the Bible by Max Lucado. This is a Bible study. This was 10 lessons. This is one of my favorites that we did in my small women's Bible study that meets on Thursdays. Keeping that. And then 30 Life Principles Bible Study, An Action Plan for Living the Principles Each Day by Charles F. Stanley. And this was one that I had gotten for Christmas and did on my own. And I enjoyed it so much that I ended up purchasing the Life Principles Bible also. So definitely keeping that. Okay, not doing great, but I do have a small stack so far. All right. The Gown by Jennifer Robson, and this is a novel of the royal wedding. And I gotta be honest, I think I might like this even more now that I'm so obsessed with the crown, because this is about making the gown Princess Elizabeth was princess at the time, Queen Elizabeth II's wedding gown. It's told by the embroiderers that worked on the gown. It is dual timelines, and there's a more like present day timeline and then back in the 40s, and I absolutely loved this book. Definitely keeping that. Okay, The Sunken Motel by Simone St. James. I adored Simone St. James. I want to read everything she has written, and I know a lot of people like don't reread thrillers and horror because, you know, it's not like it was the first time, but I do. So keeping that. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This was my first Riley Sager. I really love Riley Sager. Keeping that one. And then The Night Swim by Megan Golden. Now, this is one that I ended up listening to this instead of reading it, and it was really good listening to it because it's like in a podcast format. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep this, but I do. I want to keep it. So keeping that. We're getting there. Almost done. All right. Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. This is just the prettiest edition. I have a whole set that's a paperback box set. That's also very pretty. I really want a whole set that's like this though. And this is I think Puffin and Bloom is what it was called. And I love Anne. I'm keeping that. Then The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, I think is how you say it. And this is kind of it's illustrated in here, and I absolutely adored this book. There is a reason this is one of the most quoted books in all of literature. And it's so beautiful. Like, look, here's, you know, grown-ups. I think as a child looking at grown-ups, it's hard. And there's a lot of quotes about grown-ups in here. So like, grown-ups are so strange, the little prince said to himself as he went on his way. Isn't that the truth when you're a child? Grown-ups are so weird. Yeah. All right, keeping that. All right, Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I really loved this book. I just don't know that I would ever reread it. Do I think I will reread this ever? I don't think I would. I do think that Taylor, who I work with, and also has a booktube channel that I will link down below, I think she might like this one. Let's see if she's read it, and if she hasn't, I think I will unhaul it to her. So good though, so good. All right, then I have Thoughts in Solitude by Thomas Martin. This was one of those sleeper books that like you don't expect to be as good as it is, and it ends up being absolutely amazing. It's just this little, it's only 130 pages. It's so small, but it is just packed full of such wonderful, wonderful Christian wisdom. And it really makes me want to go stay at a monastery. All right, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And book I never ever thought that I would like, and I ended up absolutely loving it. This is like a dystopian book for book lovers. It's really, really, really good. So I'm going to keep that. Star Wars from a Certain Point of View, 40 stories celebrating 40 years. And this is the one based on, this is the one from A New Hope. And this is this book's so fun. So it's 40 different novellas, short stories in this book. And it is retellings of the Star Wars trilogy from a unexpected point of view. And it is really good. It makes watching the movies so much better because it is all like, there's nobody they're making up. It is people that you see, but they're like generally people that you see in the background and never ever have a speaking part. And it's just, it's clutch. All right, 3 more. These are Mymina Lima illustrated classics editions. And I can tell you right now, I'm keeping all of these because I am going to keep them and I am going to move them down. I'm gonna see part of why I want to clean out some of these shelves. I need to make space on some of my shelves out there that you're gonna start seeing next time we do this for movies, so that I can pull those up out of one area and then have in the one cabinet like Ava stuff for when she comes over. And these are, I'm going to take these book editions and put them down there because I think that with the illustrated elements that are in them, I think that she'll really enjoy it. And even if they get messed up, oh well, they get messed up. But these are really, really gorgeous. So if you're a fan of any of these books, I would absolutely highly recommend these because the artwork, which I don't know if you're not familiar with Mymina Lima, they are an illustrating duo, most well known for their work on the Harry Potter series. And they're just amazing. And the stuff in here is like interactive too. So The Secret Garden, The Jungle Book and Other Stories, and Peter Pan. So I'm keeping those two. All right, so I mean, I didn't do terrible. I have 8 books that I'm getting rid of, so progress, right? Progress. All right, I'm gonna do this again soon because I usually do this earlier in the month. So this is kind of the shelf spotlight for July. So we'll do the August one, but earlier in August because I feel like I'm at just a purging point where I feel good about it and like I can do it. So that's it. All right, what do you guys think? Have you read any of these books? Do you agree with me? Do you think I made the right choices with what I'm deciding to get rid of? Talk to me down in the comments. All right, if you like what you see, don't forget to give this book a thumbs up. If you would like to see this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to interact with me in other ways, everywhere you can find me on the interwebs is down in the description box. All right, guys, I will catch up with you later. Bye.